Alfonso, what's going on, man? Good morning, Brian. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Ventez, what's good, fam? Garland, what's going on? Big Mike, what's going on? Man, I should be asleep right now, man. I had a pretty long day at work, but sometimes you know how it is, man. You stay up all night, and when you get home, you got plans of taking a nap, but you get all wired up, man. So I'm gonna at least have this cigar before I lay down. First one of the day. T-shirt, what's going on, fam? Yeah, I got me a cup of coffee in me, man. People are sister-in-law was like, I'm drinking coffee. Let's see. Hey, Rod, what's going on? Big T, what's going on? Priest, what is going on? Justin, what is going on? Family, popped the question yesterday. What's a great cigar to celebrate? Man, you already know what I'm gonna say, man. Get you a get you a nice Padron, or if you're a Davidoff fan, or if you're an Opus X fan, get you a real nice cigar. Congratulations too. Excellent news. Man, I always wondered. I've never met anybody in person. Maybe y'all have. Have y'all met anybody in person that's asked the question in front of a lot of people and the person said no? I always was worried. I always was kind of nervous. I was like, man, what if I ever ask a woman and she says no? Priest, I'm smoking on the Casa Fernandez Miami Anniversario, the 2014 edition. This is 6 1/4 by 52, I want to say. Let me see. Let me make sure before I give you false information. Yeah, it's 6 1/4 by 52. So this came out in 2014. I probably should have let this one sit. I've only had it for about 3 or 4 days. I was kind of pressing on it when I first got it. It was a little too humid. I probably should have let it sit in my humid a little bit more, but it is what it is. I just kind of wanted to smoke it and see what we got. Andre, what's going on, fam? She better say yes in front of everybody, and when we get home, you can say no. Man, that's kind of how I am too. I always was thinking but I've seen videos online of people saying no in person. I'm like, man, that's fucked up. Fight Club, the Supremely Toro released July 1st, but there's gonna be different places that are gonna have it or get there. They should be coming in now. Excuse me, Corona Cigar Company had it July 1st. Privada Cigar Club already had it. There's a couple other websites that had the Supremely Toro. So just be on the lookout of like your regular traditional stuff. I don't do a lot of shopping with like CI or Thompson or Fox or anything. I haven't seen anything on Neptune's website, but I'm sure they're getting some in. So I would just say keep an eye out on the emails and social media, but it should be out now. My box of Toros should be in tomorrow. I'm smoking the Casa Fernandez Miami Anniversario in the 2014 edition. This is a really nice looking cigar, but as y'all could tell, man, even when you're shooting B-roll and stuff for this cigar, it's not a very photogenic label. It's just hard to read it, but in person it looks nice though. No, Brian, I think I if she said no, like I don't think we could be. I don't even think I'd be on talking. I wouldn't even want to talk to her anymore. Like somebody was saying earlier, at least say yes in front of everybody. Then when we get home, you can say no. You should know before you ask. I feel like if the woman says no to the guy, probably knew he should. I could see that too. I could see that too. At least speaking from experience, I pretty much had a good idea of when or that she would say yes to. So I would agree with that too. Neptune said they would have it, but not sure when. Yeah, just keep checking different sites. That's gonna be a cigar like you want to try to stay ahead of it because if you are finding out right on time, then you're gonna be too late. That's something you want to know beforehand. It's gonna be Quakes, what's going on, brother? Sign up for the newsletter on Neptune, and you will be the first to know when they release. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Any website you guys want to frequent, sign up for their newsletter or the email. That's probably gonna be the quickest way to find out. Had a Davidoff Nicaragua box press yesterday with coffee. That's one of the few Davidoffs I really like too. So I was doing that review of the Davidoff Nicaragua. It wasn't a box press, but that's the episode of the live stream I did where the power went out like right as I lit the cigar up, and it was a very, very good cigar, and it was frustrating. I got another one up there too, and I was going to do a live cigar review of that too, and I could just even tell from the start it actually ended up being a great cigar, but the power went out. But I haven't had the box press, but I trust your opinion on that, especially smoking the non-box press version. James, what's going on, family? Man, I was gonna try to go to sleep when I got home, but I took a shower. It's not happening, man. I had me some coffee. It ain't gonna happen. I probably end up taking a nap a little bit later today. Hey, Ventez, man, we're gonna have to meet up somewhere and burn one, man. We're gonna have to burn one. Yeah, at first it said my box wasn't gonna be here until Wednesday, and then it jumped to Monday when I checked today. So I said, cool. So I figured it'd be here tomorrow. So I'm hoping that it stays on schedule. Adam, what's going on, man? Hope nobody didn't do anything crazy for 4th of July, man. They had us up all night burning dumpsters down, catching grass on fire. Thankfully, nobody burned their house down. Jared, what's going on? John, what is going on? Jeff, what is going on? Yeah, I probably should have let this sit a little bit, but it's all good. Flavors are still good. I just can tell I'm gonna have some burn issues on this. Garland, man, to be honest, I would say go all out, man. I give me a nice Padron. If you could find a big hammer, the big 50-year anniversary, not the family reserve, the one that they call the big hammer. I would try to find one of those. If you could, or if you're a Davidoff person, get you a nice. They got some nice Davidoffs in there. Opus X, of course. If you could find you like a Opus X Shark or something kind of like that, I'd probably smoke something like that. But you know me, if it were me, I'm gonna be smoking more than one cigar. I'm gonna have probably about 3 or 4. Andre, drive safe, man. And be in West Memphis. Michael, what's going on, man? What are you smoking this morning? I'm smoking the Casa Fernandez Miami Anniversario 2014. So these come with the footband on the bottom of the cigars. Ventez, if you're around locally with me, if you go Tinderbox on Poplar, they have the Lancero version, which I believe is a 2015 vintage. Excellent cigar. If you haven't had it, check that out. I don't think any other locations have that specific cigar, but I know Poplar has the Lancero version, and this is a very good cigar. Hell yeah, John. I'm tired as hell too, man, but can't go to sleep. What's going on, Kevin? Let's see. E-Man, what's going on? Yeah, Vintage, you have to check that out. Definitely have to check that out. So I'm sure what did everybody do yesterday? Anybody smoke anything good? I saw some pictures all across social media. It seemed like a lot of people were smoking the American by J.C. Newman. I saw a lot of the CAO Americana cigar. Saw a lot of people smoking some American themed cigars. Yeah, man. Yesterday was. I'm glad I wasn't on the unit last night. I know one of my good friends that wrote the unit. He said that was probably one of the worst nights he's had on the unit. I believe it. They were up all night, man. We were too. We got probably a couple hours to lay down, but when you up until 2 or 3 in the morning, get a couple of hours of sleep, and then you back up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and you're leaving to go home at 6, 7 o'clock. It's not the same. So quality of sleep ain't there. SB, what's going on? Shut it, man. That's. Oh, I was trying to make sure I double check. Appreciate you too, SB. Just signed up for the Patreon, man. Really, really appreciate that. Right here all night, so not too many people were doing fireworks. Man, it was way too much going on here. They've been popping fireworks for the past 2 or 3 weeks, man. 2 or 3 weeks, and then yesterday they started really early. It was about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and they just started. They went all the way to 3 or 4 in the morning, man. It's just stuff everywhere. Good. Busy yesterday with family, just recovering now. Gonna have a 3.5 hour drive to get home today. Man. Yeah, get some rest before you drive, man. I hate driving tired, man. Ashhead, what's going on, fam? Just eat 3 cigars. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd probably grab me a Padron, Supreme Leaf, something else. I'm smoking. I'm gonna have more than one good one. Kevin, no habla español, man. I gotta work on it. How many cigars I smoke a day? Probably 4 to 6 on average. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But four to six is probably about normal for me. Best online shop for hard to find non-Cubans. You know who I'm gonna go with. Just I'm gonna go with Black Line, man. This is actually I don't even know, they might have sold out already, but I was able to get a couple of boxes of some old vintage Casa Fernandez from them too. Like I told you guys, they got a really really good inventory, man. And James will tell you, I'm kind of weird with that, man. I'm probably not the traditional cigar buyer. I always am trying to find out what's old or what, I do a lot of reading and research. So I'm one of those guys that if I started smoking in 2015 and I'm reading about a cigar from 2012, and I think that there may be a chance that some random humidors or something may have it, I'm that guy that's like, hey, man, I know this cigar came out in 2012 or 13, but do y'all still have them? And if you do, I want them. So Travis is telling you, Thunderbird Cigars in Tacoma, Washington. That's Travis's shop, 253 Cigars. He's letting you know he's got tons of Aganorsa leaf cigars as well. I Ashar, can't be mad at that. I got one left in my humidor. I got one left. Sean, what is going on, man? Did you pop you some fireworks last night? I had a La Roma de Cuba Mia More. That's a very popular cigar, very good cigar. I agree. Can't beat the price. I agree. That's a very, very good cigar. Chance you probably will see that cigar reviewed at some point on this channel. Smoke the Fat Hen. What you think, Ventez? So did you buy the sampler from Drunk Tick? And I still haven't bought it yet, but I need to get on top of it. I like that punch knuckle buster too, especially for the money. Had an Ezra Zion stick yesterday. Hit or miss with Ezra Zion, but the coffee is always on point. That is 100% facts. That is why I used to be a member of their Cigar of the Month Club, and I got out of it because as you guys know, or people that have been following me for a while, I reviewed the Sawed Off Shotgun, fell in love with that cigar, and I was like, man, if Ezra Zion, if these are the cigars that they are typically putting out, I want in on that. These are cigars right up my alley. So signed up for the club, and overall just really wasn't that pleased with the cigars. The coffee is, like Michael says, coffee is always very good. But again, I didn't want to pay that amount of money for coffee, just being honest. So I jumped out of the club, and during that time of me being at the club, I've had a few cigars that were pretty good. I actually smoked a Lucille yesterday, and that the first beginning of it, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be average. But then it turned out to be a really, really nice cigar. So they make some things that are real good, but a lot of their stuff is really average or below average to me. So I was like, kind of. I don't know, man. The whole marketing thing is just weird to me too. We not even just talking about EZ, but just marketing rare, limited stuff or a super aged tobaccos, which is cool. But then you smoke a lot of this stuff, and then just doesn't turn out to be that good, man. So it just frustrates me sometimes with it. But I do agree. I'm actually drinking Ezra Zion coffee now. I got I got 2 bags of beans that I still got to get go through. I haven't had that one, Will. Definitely, Jeff. That's one of my favorites. The HVC 500, the Tessero, the OG one. Is I'm assuming you're smoking that one. They got a new one that's coming out too. That's in the line of a Corona Gorda, which I'm really excited about that too. I'm ready for those to come in. Smoked the Casa Cuevas Reserva Natural with some Screwball barbecued as well. I haven't had the Reserva line from the Casa Cuevas. I've only had the traditional stuff, and I'm not really the Connecticut just tastes just like Connecticut's to me, so I'm not gonna really knock that. And I've told you guys I'm not really big on Maduros right now. A lot of them just haven't been hitting me well, so I wasn't a really big fan of the Maduro either. The Habano and the La Mandaria that they do is very good. I think Casa Cuevas does a very good job with the Habano stuff. James had a few Padrones and Cubans yesterday. I didn't have a Cuban yesterday. I had, what did I smoke? I smoked the Padron 1926 80th anniversary. I smoked Lucille by Ezra Zion. I smoked the Aganorsa Signature Selection, Bellicoso. I smoked the Warped Corto. And I want to say I smoked something else too. I think I smoked 5 yesterday. I can't remember what the last one was. Man, I chilled, smoked the New Cameroon, and went nowhere. Did you smoke the Aladino Cameroon? Is that the one you talked about, Priest? Smoked the Punch Red Corojo Salomons from. That's another Sean. I think our palate is really close too. When I hear a lot of cigars you mentioned and you smoke, I think our palates are really close. I feel like, I think I've said that before on record too. I feel like all the Cuban labels or Cuban names, and that the non-Cuban version, you have Cohiba, Punch, Bolivar, Trinidad, Monte Cristo. I feel like Punch does the best out of all the non-Cuban, and their prices are usually very good too. Where you look at Cohiba or Monte Cristo, some of the times they H up and they have their prices way high, but Punch always does a really good job with budget-friendly cigars, and they are actually really good. Smoked all DR cigars yesterday. I know you love that DR tobacco, Ash here. Fireworks were out of control around Boston yesterday. Yeah, they were out of control. I was cool, man, up until about midnight. Look at 3 or 4 in the morning. It's like, all right, y'all, like, come on, man. Having JC Newman Diamond Crown on deck for later. Have to let me know how that is. I smoked one, but it's been a while. Win Anderson, just liked and subscribed. I appreciate you, man. Hope you find yourself enjoying the channel, what I got going on. I got to talk back to Eric today too before the day's over with. But yeah, I hope you are enjoying the channel, man. The first thing I would probably say, recommend, probably everybody in the chat will say too, probably what got the channel really buzzing and really growing really quickly was the Cigar Madness tournament. So if you click on my page and go over to the playlist, you'll see the whole Cigar Madness tournament. You could just play the whole tournament. I think you enjoyed it. So, but I appreciate you liking and subscribing, man. Glad to have you over here. Fish cut my dad's hair, went to the car show, set up a kiddie pool, cooked, smoked a breakfast in Portugal, cigar, lit small fireworks for the family. Dodge gunshots, long day. John, did you end up smoking that Padron yesterday? You still got it? Yeah, Garland, smoke you something good, man. All right, E-Man. Hey, we're gonna do it. I have no problem. I say, like I'm concerned about you, so just let me, whatever you're comfortable with, man. We'll make it work. I was thinking of joining Black Line Cigar of the Month Club. Thumbs up. Think you should, man. Alex, what's going on, man? Got to see your new video, man. Keep working. Keep working. Good job. Keep working, man. Told a lot of people repetition is gonna, just like with anything else, the first couple times you ever do anything, it's just kind of different. You don't know what's going on. Repetition and just putting out more content. It'll get there, man. Keep working. But I like the drive, and I like what you're doing. Hang in there and stay at it, man. Miss Prudence, what's going on? My main man, Andre, what's going on, man? Good morning. Josh, I'm getting married in September. What day, man? My birthday's on the 24th. What's a good celebratory cigar? I'm a medium body guy. Oh, man. To be honest, you want to go like since you're getting married and it's like a show off, it depends. Like if you want to do like a kind of upscale kind of show offy cigar, I would do probably like some form of a Davidoff if you want to do medium body. Stay away from probably Padrones. They're gonna be a little bit stronger. If you can get your hands on the Fuente and Yeho, I'd say it's more on the lower side to medium to full, but it's got a lot of good flavor on it. So if you could find like a Yeho 77, which is called a shark, or most people call it a shark, or if you can find it in Yeho 888, or Trying to think of another really good cigar I would think about for a wedding. That's gonna be one of those ones, man. Like I don't know, because I think differently about this stuff. Like I'd smoke whatever on my wedding as long as I felt like it was a good cigar. So, but I understand the severity of or like the situation of getting married. You want to smoke a really really good cigar. So I would probably do a Davidoff, or you could try to find an Opus X or a Fuente and Yeho somewhere in there. No fireworks played. Golf and smoked a box. Sean, what you smoke a box of 10? Started yesterday with my father, Connecticut. There's another really good Connecticut cigar that is always overlooked. The Bayes Artist Maduro's finished creme brulee, or SB. You talking about the Sobra Mesa brulee, or am I missing something? Nothing happened in Raleigh. I guess Durham had everything going on. I bought a knuckle buster the other day. I'd be interested to hear what you think about that one too. So, yeah, man. Another thing too, I don't, or James talking about that too. People are starting to get their cigar of the month, they're starting to get their cigar of the month boxes from Black Lines. So if you guys are, man, be sure to tag James and official Black Lines on social media, man. Start spreading the word, helping our guy out over there, man. He's doing a really good job with that, man. And I know he's got some incredible plans and then some incredible cigars planned for you guys. So I think I'm excited as much as y'all to see what he's got cooking over there. Thanks everyone for the congrats. I'm excited for this next step. Yeah, it's a good step, man. Just keep your communication high, and I would say the communication is gonna be really, really important, man. You know, still two separate people, so y'all aren't gonna be vibing every day all the time. It is what it is. But you can't run away from stuff, and you can't not communicate with each other. That's what's gonna hurt you. And Ted's about the sampler. I'm gonna have to check that out. The Ezra Lucille is really good. I thought so too. That was actually the best Ezra Zion cigar I had in quite a while. I think the next best one I had was the Red Army Man. But I smoked a lot of stuff. I can't remember the names of it. And it was just like you go and read the descriptions, like, oh, okay, and then you just smoke it, and it just wasn't that great to me. Smoked the Warping Ash Head. You probably read that cigar had 3 years of age on it, man. That cellophane on that. James was sending me pictures of the cellophane for that Maestro del Tiempo. Insane. Just bought some Black Rifle coffee. I've heard a lot of good things about the Black Rifle coffee. Can't talk this morning. Cousins, hey, what's going on, fam? Man, it's gonna hurt me too, man, because it's gonna cost me a lot of money. I got to try to find a way to get them Toro 14s, man. I kind of slept on those. You know, sometimes those shoes release and you think, I'll come back and get them later. I want those Toro 14s, man. When that's my favorite Padron. I'm gonna tell you guys, I smoked one the other day too. Padron that's often overlooked, but very, very good is the Padron Family Reserve 46 year. It's like a 56 ring gauge, and it's like a 5.5 somewhere in there. Really, really underrated cigar because I feel like with the Family Reserve, everybody's always talking about the 50 year, the 45, and the 44, and the 90. The 46 is real good. Facts, James. But then like that's what I was saying too. I shouldn't have kind of doubted that cigar because Punch does really good stuff. Egg roll, chop suey, rare corojo. They got a lot. Low key, Punch has a really good portfolio. I think a lot of people overlook, and then the prices of their cigars are really good. So, that was a shame on me for kind of overlooking the Knuckle Buster. But yeah, James told me, he was like, "No, it's a good cigar, man. You got to smoke it." What you thinking, Priest? What you thinking about the Aladino Cameroon? Simone, what's going on, family? Were you a big smoker before you found cigars? I didn't smoke cigarettes. That's to mess with trees a little bit, but that was about it. But no, not really though. Nothing like I am now. Like I've become an everyday smoker now because of cigars. So you go to the you dabble with a cigar or something. You go get a doctor's checkup or whatever, and they ask you a smoker. I always answer no. Well, now I answer yes. And so they'll ask me. I'm like, no, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I smoke multiple cigars a day. Then they all give me that look, and I'm like, I don't care what y'all gonna tell me. I'm not gonna stop smoking cigars. I mean, shit, eating 10,000 calories a day isn't healthy, or drinking a fifth of alcohol a day is not healthy neither. But and haven't tried another one that didn't make it. Yeah, that other one, man. I smoked it in both sides. It just wasn't for me. But again, that's just my palate. I know I've seen a lot of other people talk really highly about that cigar, James. So it just wasn't for me. And then I think now they have another version that's non-Maduro. I'd be interested to try that non-Maduro version of that cigar. I know the exact one you're talking about. Cuban Oil de Monterey Double Corona. I haven't had that, but I'd be interested in trying it. Me and James actually just got in a bundle of Epicure number 2s. Zay, I appreciate that, man. I'm just you know me, man. I'm just doing what I do, man, and enjoying it. And like I said, I still been keeping up with you and watching too. Was really happy to start seeing you put back out videos. Man, I'm gonna be honest, even with the shoes, but I love to see you doing a podcast with sports, man. I love to see you doing some, like you were talking about, sports talk. I like that stuff too. And if you ever need anything from me or you need me to come on and do anything, you already know I'm there. Corto is real good, Brian. Very, very good cigar. I like the size of it too. It's not a long, because sometimes we want a really good cigar without a super long commitment, and that fills the void. That's why when I'm smoking Cubans, I like the Partagas Series D number 6. It's just I want some good flavor, but I don't have an hour and a half to 2 hours to sit around and smoke. I might have 45 to an hour at the most, and I want something still good where I don't have to worry about putting something down. Rodney, that's gonna be a good one too, man, because the Toros are out now. The Robustos are gone. You getting the Robustos, so Hey man, you could blame James for that one. He did the 5-pack, and I said, shit, if he's gonna put in 5, I'm gonna do 5 too. We might as well make it a box. Mom, what's going on? Sanford, appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're gonna make sure it's bigger and better next year. We're gonna make sure it's bigger and better. We're gonna try to keep on growing, keep on elevating. Justin, I'm right there with you. James can tell you how much I love the Añejo lineup, period. The 888 and the 77, the one that was in the tournament, they can tell you that. I thought the 77 is probably in the top 10 cigar of me for me all time. So I was just really disappointed. And you can look on my Instagram. I smoked a 77 where I had literally, and I don't even do ash contests or nothing like that. I had the whole cigar pretty much as an ash. And I put a video up, but that was on the Facebook group. I put a video up throwing it around, showing that the ash was strong too. It wasn't like I was sitting there trying to smoke upside down and doing all that dumb shit people doing. Like I was sitting there just smoking the cigar and the ash held. So construction on those things are always real good. The 888, the Añejo 888 is another fantastic cigar. So I probably will put the 888 in next year's tournament since I had the 77 in this one. Sean's a fan of that Corto too. Also, Brian, if you haven't tried the GR, the Grand Reserve 88 by Warped, that's another really good cigar that's budget friendly too. We see you, Kevin. Still got it, man. Didn't grab it. I knew I had to work, so I just grabbed the stick. Understand? That's one you're gonna want to sit down and relax with. Join the club. I got my sticks Friday in perfect condition and great sticks. The Rodney's telling you now, like I told you too. The shipping is ridiculous there. You're gonna get stuff quick, man. And James is the man, dude. He's one of those guys. If you reach out to him, he's always gonna contact you back. Like it's just the customer service is very, very good. Josh, what's going on? The 19. Andre Toms, what's going on, brother? Is the late hour good? And I have one of those. I think the late hour is good. And I think if you're more of a medium to full body fan, you're gonna like that too. And with the wrapper being aged in the cognac barrels, it gives it a different taste. You can actually, for me, especially having a background in bourbon drinking, I could taste the barrel, and especially in that back third, you could taste the barrel characteristics of the wood. But it's a very good cigar. I like it in Robusto. My fam, Greg, what's going on, man? I know you had a good day yesterday too, man. My man there. Yeah, East Durham, a lot of people went to south of the border, so a lot of big stuff, and of course, gunfire. My favorite game of the year, gunshots and fireworks. Yeah, I think we all have played that. Ash has got a recommendation. It says smoke the Andalusian bull for your wedding, and that's another thing too. So me and Eric were talking a little while, or like last week. There's still a video I did of a pair. I did a pairing video with the Andalusian bull and a Scotch from the '80s. So gonna put that out at some time too. So anybody that's new in here, if you're used to looking at the videos now, you're like, man, it looks a little different. That video was recorded, I don't know, probably in January or February, somewhere around in there. So we're gonna still put that video out. Sydney, what's going on, man? Smoked the Supreme Leaf last night. First time smoking Aganorsa. So I'll smoke again before I comment. Okay. Might be bad, man. I don't know. Sydney, my brother Calvin smoked the Robusto and wasn't a fan of it either. And I was just saying, you know, that's okay though. If you aren't a fan of it, that's why I said that's the beauty of it. Just you know how pride ourselves on being honest, and just because look at the Andalusian Bull. Ash Head likes the Andalusian Bull. A lot of people do. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I don't think it's a bad cigar, but it's just really mild for me. And but that just shows you, as many smokers as it is out here, there's many different palates. There's a lot of cigars that I recommend. People come back and like, oh, I think it's good, but I don't think it's as good as you. Or so I understand, man. I still feel like that was I still feel like I was saying that in the live stream we were in the other day with Lee Mack's 10,000 subscriber giveaway. That I still feel like I even mentioned like even told Calvin, even though you didn't like the Robusto, I probably would still grab a couple of the Toros and smoke them and see what you think of it, and make sure that it just wasn't a Robusto. Because again, sometimes who you're around, your moods, things that you ate that day, all this stuff can affect that cigar. All right, Garland, man, you be safe, man. Got late hours sitting in my humidor. Those are good. Smoked yesterday the JC Newman American, HVC Broadleaf, Los Kaitos. My last Aganorsa Supreme Leaf with too much of Angel's Envy. I barely woke up. I saw on Instagram you were smoking all day long, man. He typing on the phone. Hey, I know. Just got done with a Diesel Whiskey Roll. Very happy with the cigar. I know a lot of people that love that cigar. Sanford Summer Showdown we'll be trying to get an episode out to you guys this week, at some point this week. Tentative. Just like I said, a lot of stuff going on, man. Me and Eric both work full-time jobs as firefighters. I got a family, so we just trying to get our times and schedules together, but we're definitely going to try to get an episode out this week. We know everybody's waiting on it. We're excited to record, film it, and put it out too, and get this tournament style going back. Kevin, what's going on, man? How you doing? Not at all. Not at all a bad way. In the natural. Let's see. Talon, what's going on? I'm new to cigars. What would you recommend for the spicy food and chocolate lovers? So if you like spicy food, then you probably like Nicaraguan tobacco, because especially coming from Esteli, you're gonna get more of a more strong pepper blast in the cigars. You're new to cigars, so I don't want to say that, but if you like spicy and chocolate food, or you like chocolate and spicy food, like the first thing that comes to my mind is Padrones, because they can be very peppery and they can have cocoa notes, some chocolate notes in there too. If you're new though, I probably would recommend like trying a La Kareem by Crown Heads. Maybe you could do a My Father Lee Bijou would be up in your alley, like if you're looking for something with a little spice to it. Espinosa cigars might be that. Some of those could be a little intense, man. It just depends. But Espinosa makes a good one too. I would probably, you like spicy food, I would try to find me a good Nicaraguan cigar. The cellophane is almost Perdomo yellow on that Maestro del Tiempo. It's taking me a while. I'm just taking my time on this cigar. This cigar's tasting and burning good. I thought I was gonna have some burn issues, but it's pretty good. So I'll probably be up at least until I finish this thing. Maybe. Yeah, Sanford Trees, man. You got to be PC on YouTube, man, before they start messing with my stream and stuff like they normally do. Have some Rocky Patel Vintage 92 on the way. Have you ever had one? I have. I used to smoke a lot of the vintage series of Rocky Patel. My favorite Rocky Patels they discontinued. It was the Super Ligero, Lancero, and the Decade Cameroon Toro. Both of those cigars were fantastic. The Super Ligero Lancero was like $6, $7, and they discontinued it. It hurt my heart, man. But my favorite Rocky Patel right now is the Decade. Punch is really good. I agree. It's really overlooked, but I think it's a really good brand. Kevin, I smoke 4 to 6 cigars a day. I'm trying to talk myself into them acid cigars. They're everywhere around here, but I just don't know yet. I would recommend you say try them because at the end of the day, I've smoked numerous infused cigars before, but I just never finish them or I never get past like the first inch or two. I just can't do it. But you might be different or you might pair it with something, you might end up liking it. So I'm never going to tell you to not smoke something because you might end up liking it. So I would just suggest trying 1 or 2 of them. And that way, at the least, you could just say, I smoked them and I don't care for them. That's just not for me. All right, Kevin, you take care, man. You be good out there. For me, that's what it is too, Sanford. So like I don't mind sweetness, but I like it to be very subtle, or if it's intense, I like it to taste like it's natural. The natural sweetness. I don't like stuff that doesn't taste natural to me. Sydney, I'm smoking the Casa Fernandez Miami Anniversario 2014. 6 1/4 by 52 ring gauge. Fantastic. No problem, Rodney. I'm glad they're going to a good home. Gary, what is going on, brother? I find the Sharks either burn great or it's going to be a tough go. Facts. So I would recommend, especially with the Añejo being a Maduro wrapper, that's another one. You're going to want to store those cooler. You don't want, I would probably say get 65 or below. Closer you get to 70, 72, you're going to have some burn issues with that thing. I would say keep it cooler. Herbie, good morning, brother. Really love Lee Mac 10,000K party. You guys, I appreciate it, man. I'm speaking for him. He's not here right now, but I know he enjoyed it too. He called me after and very appreciative of all of you. And I think he finally realized everything's starting to hit him now. So we all definitely had fun. Definitely happy to have you guys be able to tune in too. And we'll be doing more random stuff like that at some point too. We'll allow people to come in and chat with us, man. I think everybody enjoyed it. Sean, I'm gonna tell you another one if you want to try that. I'm not a big Undercrown fan, Undercrown Maduro, but I smoked the Shady XX on the strength of Lee Mac, and there were a couple other people in the live stream or somewhere that mentioned it. Smoked it, was very good. It started tunneling on me towards the back third, but the flavors in the body were there, and I was already getting enjoyment out of it, so I was good. I feel like I wouldn't have a problem buying a bundle of 10 of those like that. And I'm not an Undercrown Maduro fan, but that was very, very good. Matt, what's going on, mate? Try my best, still make mistakes, but I appreciate you all giving Black Lion Luxury a try. We all do, man. We all make mistakes, but just the authenticity and being honest, I think that's gonna carry you a long way, James. Have smoked everything from Warped except Corto and Los Relatos. I actually haven't had one of those either, man. I just walk past them all the time. So, Brian, what do you think of the Don Ronaldo, and what do you think of the Skyflower? So, quick question: the box of Supreme is coming UPS tomorrow. Do I need to stay home and wait? Typically, they're not going to need a signature. They're going to leave it. They UPS should leave it. I have 8 bulls in my humidor for my palate. I found it boring in flavor. That was me too. But trust. It's a lot of people here locally that once they go out on the shelves, or they're gone. They are completely gone. And like I said, I don't think it was a bad cigar, but for me personally, I didn't find it very interesting either. It was just very one-dimensional kind of the whole way back. I feel like if you are a big Connecticut fan, you'd really enjoy that cigar. But overall, I'm not a huge Connecticut fan, so it just was very boring. Boring is a good word to describe the experience I've had with them. Now, the first couple I had were really good before it won Cigar of the Year. That's why I think that the blend changed because it doesn't taste the same as it did. Ventez says his requires a signature. See, I think mine's is coming through you at the post office. So they're gonna either, if the box is too big on my mailbox, they'll just leave it on my front door. Sean, what's going on, man? All right, you too, Alfonso. You take care, man. Monte Cristo White Series. That's a good cigar, I think, for people that are just starting out in cigars too. Perdomo is the Perdomo champagne. Warlike, what's going on? I haven't had the Decade in the Torpedo. I've only had it in Toro. Sydney likes the Decade, and so does Ashhead. I think right now that's my favorite Rocky Patel. So I smoked the ALR the other day in Toro, the one with the big fancy wrapper and the big paper around it, and it was just average to me. I've heard a lot of people speak really highly about this cigar, and I'm like, it ain't bad. It's just average. And then it was $15, so I was like, I won't be buying that again. At Malone, I appreciate you, man. Definitely gonna keep at it. Can you recommend a cigar club? I'm trying to build up my cigar stock. I mean, Black Lion Cigar of the Month Club, and that's what I was gonna say too. I recommend that club, but Kevin, it's gonna depend how far along in your smoking journey you are. If you're just starting out, I would recommend saying it because I know that James is gonna put together good packages for you guys and give you good cigars. What I would say the difference would be is if you're just starting out, your palate might not be developed enough to a point where you're going to really appreciate the cigars that he's like, even in this first month that he did. You might not be able to appreciate the Maestro del Tiempo or the Padron 90. Your palate might not be there yet. So that's why I would say it depends on probably how long you've been smoking. I think James is designing something that's going to be more geared towards that intermediate to seasoned person. I agree. HBC is very underrated. Fratello is another underrated brand too. I've only had a couple cigars. Some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. I think the Novella was one that I was really big on. I thought that it was another one too that I liked a lot. James just dropped the link for you there for the club, I'm assuming. Wayne said my cigar pack. Yeah, it's just gonna depend, Kevin, where you are in your journey, man. I wouldn't if this is like your first month of smoking, I wouldn't recommend Black Lions Club. That 10K video was really I had fun, man. It was a lot of people that came in there. I had no idea that many people were gonna hop in, man. I thought that was really cool. James was in there too with us. Matt, what's going on? Good morning, man. Of course, Andre, I'm gonna say that too, but I also got to keep it real too, though. I'm not just gonna push him on something that he might not be ready for. Found a partial box of Buckeye Land, but still haven't had the Yellow Rose. Gary, again, I recommend you try it, but I think if you smoke the Buckeye Land and the Tennessee Waltz, you aren't really missing anything with the Yellow Rose, in my personal opinion. I like the Tennessee Waltz the most than the Buckeye Land, then the Yellow Rose. The Paniolo this year, if you could get a chance to get that, Gary, I think I still got one or two in my humidor. I got to review that cigar. The Hawaiian only release, the Paniolo from 2020 was very, very good. Very, very good cigar. I'm in 3 cigar clubs. Black Lions moved to the top, hands down. I know James is happy to hear that. California, you have to have a signature. Okay. Andre says the same. He feels like that is moving up to the top. Warp Sky Flower is fantastic. The Duns are really good as well. I agree. Okay, they're asking James a question. Sydney, I have to try some things from Casa Fernandez. Been seeing them lately. Don't know much about them. So I was originally going to smoke a Padilla 8 and 11 from 2012, 2013. But when I went into like I said, I just got those cigars days ago. So when I went to grab one out of the box, I touched on it and it was too humid. It wasn't dry like, so I was gonna have to sit for a couple weeks before I go smoke one. But Casa Fernandez, there's another old box. I have some torpedoes from 2011. I smoked one. It was fantastic. That's another really good thing with Aganorsa tobacco. I know you guys have been noticing in the Drew Estate series I've been doing that the age has not really been treating the Unico series very well. I feel like the Aganorsa product ages really well, like your warped ages well, Illusion. I know the HVC stuff, all the Aganorsa stuff for whatever reason ages really well. Ah, okay, the 21 plus. If they see, I don't. That's why it's okay if they know it's tobacco. That makes sense. Rocky Patel 55 is probably my favorite. I don't know if I've had that one. Smoking Preacher sent me some Rocky Patels. I think only one of them I've had before. The other two I've never had. So I gotta go. I gotta smoke through those too. Yeah, there are some Connecticut's I like, but if you were to ask me, am I a Connecticut fan? I'm not. For typically the flavor is not as intense as I personally like. I like a lot of complexity. I like a lot of intense flavors. I'm canceling. Are you canceling? He's talking about canceling the club. Hey, that's how I am too, Rodney. I'll give a club at least a couple, 2 or 3 months, and if I feel like I'm not getting what I'm deserving or what I feel like it's your money, man. So you got to be pleased with it, and nobody's gonna fault you for that. Curtis, what's going on, bro? A few years ago, I had a Romeo and Juliet. It was some kind of anniversary. It came in a nice tube with like a rose gold top of great smoke. I can't find it anywhere now. I don't know if I've ever seen that one either, Curtis. Can't wait for my next B. Wish I could say it. I named it. The money man behind me came or created it 3 months before I came on board. Okay, gotcha. Paniolo is P. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. That's how you spell it, Gary. I'm putting it in the chat. I took the job because I like the uniqueness of the name too. It is. I told y'all my wife thought it was like some kind of sex store or something online. When I first told her, she was like, Black Line Luxuries, what is that? That don't sound like a cigar company. But I like the name too. Expect nothing less run. The fairness and honesty is part of what makes you so good. Yeah, that's why I said, man, I'm like, and James knows it too. Like, I love what those guys are doing over there too. But you guys are also, and he's on that same wavelength too. That's why I think we get along so well. At the end of the day, the smoker or the community or the person or the people is what's most important to us. So that comes before uh, a biased ass review or me pushing something off on you that's not fair. So I'm always gonna be fair. Fred, what's going on, brother? When you sending out the cigar brackets for the next March Madness, we need to get those pots going. Oh, you talking about for the summer showdown? I probably have posted in my community tab. I'll just put a list of what's going against what. As far as the next Cigar Madness tournament, I probably won't start thinking about what cigars I'm gonna pick until probably the end of the year, since that won't air until March. It's unique. I do a lot with Brandon. Wouldn't have went with something so long, but the length gives it some traction. We get lucky. No cigar tobacco in the company name, so we can. And that's another thing to think about too. Sean Carter, what's going on, cuz? Smoked the Asian Room cigar of the year, and I thought it was just okay. I'm right there with you. It's just okay. Man, no, James, it does get misspelled a lot. Do yourself a favor and get yourself a cup of coffee and have a Cabaguan by Tata Wahe. This is the best way to start that. I had to check that one out. I told you too, Ashhead. I think you're gonna be happy with that one. I know what you like to smoke, and I know you are open to smoking different things and getting your palate developed more with different tobaccos and stuff too. So that's gonna be right up your alley. Let's see. I've smoked about 100 sticks. Is that still a newbie territory? For me, I would say yeah. I mean, I don't know. Let's do a little. If you did, let's see. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's yeah. Because if you smoke, let's say if you smoke 2 cigars a day, that's only 50 days, so that's almost 2 months. So yeah, I would still say that because you got to think, more like, and then like I said, not bragging or anything, but I always didn't smoke 4 to 6 cigars a day, and I haven't been smoking that long. I've only been smoking 5 years, but I got thousands of cigars, thousands of cigars. James been smoking double the time I have, so shit ain't no telling how many cigars James has smoked. A couple other guys have been smoking a long time too. So yeah, 100 cigars to me is still you still trying to earn some skin in. Trying to develop my palate. I went make sure I'm missing something. Missing this. Went real cheap and got my sampler box of Dominican cigars from Costco. Might be good for others trying to get into it. Got a feeling that's because of the LED sampler. The list needs to be out early so we can get a chance to get the sticks with you. Yeah, yeah. On Cigar Madness, I'm definitely gonna do that. The only thing with the Cigar Madness tournament is, you guys know, with the tournament that big, all the cigars aren't going to be New World. They're going to be some Cubans featured in there every year. So might try to piece together a sampler, the non-Cuban version of Cigar Madness. But the Cubans, obviously, we can't sell them, or they can't sell them over in here in the States. So that's going to be a problem. I usually will try to put in 2 or 3 Cubans in the tournament too. Let's see, Kevin Gray just subscribed to BLL. Yeah, that's probably about, me and James probably smoke pretty close to the same amount of a day. Ray, what's going on, family? What do you think about cigars versus cigarettes in terms of health? Do you think that there's a difference? Yeah, Priest, because all right, so you still get a chance for oral cancer or throat cancer because you're smoking, but and think about this too. Think about people. I know a lot of people. I know people that have lung cancer that have never smoked a day in their lives. But with cigarettes, you are inhaling the smoke into your lungs, and you got chemicals involved. Where and it's machine made, and you got these natural cigars that are handmade works of art that are just natural tobacco, just the natural process that God has given. The plants and the soil, and it's just a God-given creation. So it's definitely a difference. The FDA and the CDC and all that, they can't say that. They're not going to word it that way, but everybody knows that cigars aren't as bad as cigarettes. Think about this too. A cigarette smoker, they do it in the beginning for the nicotine high or just out of habit. None of us smoke cigars out of habit. Cigar smoking is for pure enjoyment, relaxation. It's just completely different. I've seen cigarette smokers stand out with umbrellas under the rain in uncomfortable spots, just smoke just to get a few hits and throw it off. You're not gonna find that with cigar smokers. Cigar smokers want their environment to be good. You might play some nice music. You might want to sit in peace and quiet, and it's just you and your cigar. It's just completely different, in my opinion. "5 years is what blows my mind with Ron. With so little time, he has breadth, depth, and insight that, in my opinion, rare." I appreciate that, Sean. I tell people too, like in the 5 years I've been smoking, there's a lot of stuff that changed for me in the last 2 to 3 years. The first couple of years I didn't know how to retrohale, and I wasn't able to taste a lot of stuff. But what I did do is, and I recommend this for a lot of people, I smoked all kinds of cigars. I didn't just, even though I had my brands, like I picked up on Padron pretty quick. I liked a lot of my father. I liked Padermo, Tatuaje, but I was very open to smoking all different kinds of things. I would walk in the humidor and just literally pick up cigars just by how they looked. if they were figurados, if they had different shades, I would just pick up cigars, not even knowing a lot of this stuff was Black Label Trading Company or Fable or Espinosa, San Cristobal. I just picked up all different kinds of stuff and just smoked a lot of different cigars. So that's how I got my palate to where it is now. I still feel like there's obviously room for improvement, but I feel like my palate is, for me, is very consistent, which I'm very pleased with. All right, Matt, you have a good day too, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. You're not going to smoke 20 cigars. I don't even know if I have enough time. Well, see, and I feel like for that, all right, so for me, even with me smoking 4 to 6 cigars a day, people think, well, how do you have time to enjoy it? Like today, I'm off work. This is my first one, which I'm actually starting off kind of late. Normally, when I'm on my way home, or as soon as I get home, you guys know a lot of times I'll pop up live at 7 or 8 in the morning. That's my first one. So this is my first one today. So probably, I don't know, I might be in the neighborhood of 4. I don't just smoke cigars to make sure I get a certain quota every day. I smoke a cigar and I realize, all right, I'm ready for another one. It's like you just like the taste and the relaxation and enjoyment of it. Like I said, my family's out of town this weekend, so it's just me. But no, I don't unless now it'll be different if I become a blender working somewhere and I'm working with a lot of different things. Then 20 a day is probably nothing. But you got to realize too, a lot of those people, a lot of master blenders aren't finishing the whole cigar. They might smoke through the first third or first half of the cigar, put it down. They're just trying to taste consistency, differences, and things like that. So I think with blenders, smoking 20 a day is probably common. Kevin, I would recommend dark chocolate or mineral water or unsalted crackers to cleanse your palate. Definitely not an addiction, because there have been days that I didn't smoke, or in the past that I didn't smoke just because just had other stuff going on. So it's not like or a cigarette smoker. I have to be doing something. I have to be smoking. I have to have something in my hand. Like it's completely different. I agree too, Sean. Openness is where a lot of enthusiasts miss, and then I think a lot of times some people try too hard. You or just they just trying too hard. You just be natural, man, and let people naturally gravitate to you. Like-minded people that feel like they have a lot of similarities with you, are gonna gravitate and draw towards you. So I feel like everybody that's in the chat is pretty much like me. We're just regular people, man. I dare say cigars aren't even addictive. A day or 3 without a cigar ain't gonna have me jonesing for one. And I feel the same way. All right, James, you take care, man. Sure, I will talk to you in a little bit. I tried the Paniola 2019 Hawaii Special Edition, a great cigar. I don't know if I had the 2019. I think the last one I had before that was the 18 A Rob, but that 2020 was technically it was the best cigar I smoked in 2019. When I went to visit John Huber, he let me smoke one pre-production, or they had them produced, but they weren't even boxed up or anything. And I thought that cigar was fantastic. I hit with a stick he hadn't smoked before. I'm happy to let you know about the Cabaguan by Tato. I had first learned about it from the Dr. Joe Show cigar review. Yeah, a lot of people have commented in the past about similarities that they like between me and him. So I'll have to check out Dr. Joe's show. I've never watched anything from him. And like I said, I'm assuming he was around before I even started smoking cigars. So do you budget or do you just buy what you want? I just buy what I want. I don't have a specific budget. Man, Ron, I did find a good non-alcoholic Parent Apples Cedra. It's a crisp apple soda from Japan, I do believe. Sounds interesting. Had my first coffee and cigar pairing. It was a Macanudo. That was my first cigar I ever had. Was a Macanudo. Ever tried Uncle Nearest, and did you pair it? I've never paired it with anything. I have had it though. I think it's a pretty solid whiskey. Somebody was actually asking me about Uncle Nearest yesterday. All right, Sean. Try to stay cool and shoot well, man. All right, man. I'm probably gonna hop off here too and enjoy the rest of this cigar. I might try to take me a little nap, man. I gotta try to force myself to get a little bit of rest. What's going on, Jason? Curious, what are your cologne preferences, if any? Um, I don't wear that much cologne, man. I'm gonna tell you a channel I recommend though, for looking up cigar, just all kind of like a male channel. If you aren't following the Style OG, I'll type it in the chat for you too. Look him up, man. He has a really good channel. His name's Jeff. He's real good though. Nothing wrong with that, Gary. You know, I like the gold too. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ready to get off here, man. I might be up later on this evening or something like that. Who knows? We'll see how this goes. But I'm trying to get off here, finish this cigar up, and take me a little nap. So I'll just move. All right, you too, James. You have a good day too, man. Oh man, not a problem. I enjoy doing these chats. Like I said, I enjoy hearing what you guys are doing, what you guys got going on. And how do you remove the mustache? Definitely, Ventez. Yeah, when I get mine in, I'll hit you up, man, and we'll chill and smoke and see what you think about this cigar too. All right, appreciate y'all. Be good, man. Jerry, y'all be good. Y'all have y'all a good day. Y'all already know the name of the game, man. Relaxation and enjoyment. Y'all already know to be driven, never motivated. Y'all be safe. Smoke y'all some good cigars today. Enjoy your family, all that good stuff. Tell them you love them. If you haven't checked out the Supreme Leaf Toro review, make sure you checked it out, man. The video is doing real well. Been up for a couple days, already over 1,000 views. So I appreciate all you guys sharing, liking, commenting, whatever you guys are doing to help me out, man. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. I'll catch y'all later.